They don't want it with the real niggas. Big guns with flesh and I'm about to joke. Squad don't wanna deal with them. Stepped up on the low end before them. Yeah, G-Day, that sounds good, let's run it. They don't want it with the real. Hey man, what's going on everybody, man? Real quick, I played the wrong intro. Today's show is the shot clock. So definitely we finna play that intro. Right after that intro, we right back with a jam-packed show, man. Let's get to it. Here it goes.
I did not yell. I did give a few. What the hell are you doing? I did give a few of them.
We know you a busy man, Kobe, so we gonna jump right to it, man.
I'm gonna say Zion Hill.
Is that dude in a swing?
I'm sick and sick with it. Vision and lift it. Listen, just picture it. Spit and deliver it. The time froze. Under current, how the grind flows. Wrist flicking, said the bezels got a mind blown. You know how to drop beat. Everything slow. You know how to drop beats and anything goes. Pull up to the spot, you might see the squad there. Pull up unannounced, then you might see a broad, yeah. It's just seconds remaining, and I got the rock for the win while you're watching the shot clock. It's just seconds remaining, and I got the rock for the win. Thanks for watching the shot clock. The shot clock. You catch the shot clock every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
We never getting that $1 million.
Hey man, what's going on everybody, man? G-Day Hoop Scout here. I don't even need these because it's just me right now solo. But what's going on, man? Hope everybody has had a good weekend. We back here, Shot Clock. This episode 199, almost on episode 200. That's big. For a show that is only done once a week, so that lets you know how long we've been doing this. Also, with show number 200, and when we do this show once a week, that's coming up. So appreciate everybody who has been a part of it, who has ever tuned in, shared the show, man. Matter of fact, y'all can share it right now for your boy. Retweet it if you're on Twitter side, share it if you're on the Facebook side. Same thing on YouTube. Make sure you share it. Make sure y'all like it. Make sure you heart it. Whatever you can do to build up this algorithm, man. And we're gonna dive straight into it, man. This weekend I happened to go to the Pro 16 Session 3 event. Let me rephrase that. This past weekend I went to the next Pro Session 3 event that was in Bryan, Texas, at the Legends Center. Really nice center over there in Bryan. Word is they're supposed to be building similar facilities here over by Hobby Airport. I hope that's true because it's a really nice facility that they have. But anyway, I was at the next Pro Session 3 in Bryan, Texas this past weekend. Got to catch some really good basketball. I got two topics from there. One mainly from there, the other one is from that, and then also watching. I watched the Circuit League a little bit. I watched a little bit of May Hoops event that was out west, as well. And then I watched the next Pro Session 3 stop that was in Nebraska. I watched that one just to kind of compare the two, the Bryan versus the Omaha, and kind of try to compare the teams. And so we're going to dive into all that. What's going on, Coach Stewart? What's going on, Paul Miranda? Excuse me. We're going to dive into all that. Players that I've seen that I felt did good, teams who performed well this weekend. And then we're going to also talk about the 90-10 rule of basketball. We're going to dive into that. We're going to dive into the clickbait, man. We're gonna dive into the clickbait stuff. We're gonna dive into um, what I call uh, the small recipe, um, and then the high school versus JUCO D2 D3. Those are gonna be our topics for today that we talk about. Um, so yeah, it should be a really fun show, man. It should be a really interesting show. I know my boy Doug. What's going on? Just spoke him up. What's good, D? D, hit me up as soon as I get off this show. So that's about 8:30, man. Just hit me up. I ain't gonna be on here for too long. Give me a call. Our good brother D Jones, man, who's right here. What's going on? Not gonna be able to be on today, so we're gonna keep it rocking and rolling for y'all, man. First thing is first, man. Let me get into it. Next Pro Session 3, Bryan, Texas. First, I want to give a big shout out to Houston Apex 16U and 15U, both age groups. Had a really good showing this weekend. Coach Stewart, he's in the chat right now, man. The boys ball. They've been putting it together slowly. Last year, Houston Apex came out on fire as a 15U team. Talking about they're now currently 16U. Coach Stewart had to move some pieces around, and rightfully so, because as kids get older, kids start to change. Mentality changes, behavior changes, and I know that sounds like we're in a school setting, like we dealing with elementary students, but that's just being real. That's being transparent. And so when something is toxic or it's not beneficial, you got to move. You got to move around. You got to get new pieces. For lack of better words, they used to say back in the day, you start to smell yourself. So when kids start getting them ages and thinking that they know better or know more, or thinking that they better than, they act like they can't be coached. And hey, man, we gotta move around. This is my program. It's not your program, mine. And so we're gonna do what's best for the program. So definitely shouts out Coach Stewart and everybody else who runs their programs like that, because that's how it's supposed to be ran. It's supposed to be ran and governed by you, your system, your style, your belief, your philosophies, and it's got to be across the board. Those got to be your expectations. In the moment that you let somebody get away with something, all of your philosophy, your all that goes out the window for everybody. So if you're not gonna be that way and show people that's who you are and be that way 100% of the time, that one little sliver that makes everybody think that they can do it. So definitely shout out to all the program directors who are doing that, who's running the tight ship, who wants people to buy in, trust the process. This is a tortoise race, man. This isn't a hare race. Basketball is not a hare race, and we got to get out of that mentality. We have to get out of that way of thinking. That's not what it is. It's a tortoise race. Your time may not be right now, but your time could be coming sooner than you think. But you got to work. You got to get better. And we're going to talk about that with the small recipe a little bit later on, man. But definitely want to shout out Apex, man. Jaquarian Lincoln. Seen him. Looked really good, man. Drake Barrett looked good as well. Some other kids, I don't know their names off the top of my head. Not going to lie, that's bad on my end. See, me being consistent. And so I'm definitely going to figure out and find out who those kids are. And I'm going to be front and center at a couple more games because they show consistency. It wasn't just a one game that I sat there and watched those kids play either. And that brings me to my next point, and I'm going to get right back to it. That brings me to something that I tweeted out while at the event. Teams will post their schedules, right? You'll post your schedules. Hey, your little graphic schedule. This is who we playing this week, blah, blah, blah. Hey, man, go ahead and post a graphic schedule of who's on the team, because kids switch teams a lot, too. Now, I'm not saying that for this team I'm speaking about right here. Okay, thank you, Coach Stewart. The team I'm talking about, Apex, they don't have kids who switching like that, but a lot of teams, it was some kids who I had never seen before. And then when I was talking to a parent, they was like, oh, yeah, last week he played with so-and-so. And so if you got new pieces coming in, man, I'm not at your practices. Like, this ain't high school where the roster's just set for the whole season unless you're bringing up a JV kid. So you gotta let us know. You gotta let us know. And then even if I come talk to the coach, you're like, oh man, we just seeing what it look like for this weekend. What for this weekend? What's that mean? What does that mean? We just want to see what it look like for this weekend. Dang, man. So that's what we just borrowing players. I thought that was just a parent and player thing. I didn't know that was a coach thing as well. Not trying to secure and lock the kid in, but we just gonna see what it look like first to decide if we want to keep them. So just borrowing them because maybe one of your kids is out of town or I don't know, man. That seems just a little shaky to me, a little crazy. But hey, that's me. That's my way of thinking. Other people may think that it's not. They may think a whole different thing. So, it is what it is, man. That's just how I feel. But definitely want to shout out those guys, man. DeMarcus Sloan of FYN All-Stars, man. Hey, he looked really good this weekend for FYN on the 16U. That boy is nice. I like the way that he played with the pace. He just didn't have no help. He tried to do it himself. He had a moment. He had a buzzer beater shot. He definitely did. He definitely put his team on his back every single game. It's just some games the other team just had more pieces. They had better overall players, but he definitely played very consistent the whole weekend. So definitely shout out to that kid right there. Hey, TMA, the Mile Academy, 16U. That backcourt is dangerous, man. My guy Evan from Fort Bend Bush and Marwayne Fadika from Katy Jordan. Hey, that's a dynamic duo on that next side of things. They are tough. They feed off of each other well. Great energy. It was kind of like they was taking turns of running the show for the team. Like one possession, Evan come down, he run the show, facilitating, knocking down shot. Then the next possession, here come Fadika coming down, he's running the show. It's just like they kept taking turns. And then defensively, they was locked in, man. Had a really good weekend, went undefeated. And we're going to talk more about them on tomorrow's show when we do the Shot Clock 30 show on tomorrow, the Shot Clock Invitational show. On tomorrow, we'll talk more about them. But definitely wanted to shout those two kids out. Quentin Stewart played well for Family League this weekend. Victor's Red Storm, Chase Baker had big moments. Scipio kid looked really solid. But just as a team, as a group, man, they play well together. The kid from Katy Tompkins, can't think of his name off the top of my head. He played really well also for Invictus Red Storm. They had a big weekend as well. And there was other teams that had good weekends. Also, GSA All-Stars on that 15U level, they had a really good weekend. See, this is why we don't write all these things down. Why can't I think of the name of that team? Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart, man. That's not good. FYN All-Stars play good 15U as well. And so, like I said, with that being said, not only did I go to the Bryan stop, good stop, events was well ran, competition was really good. I definitely want to give them their flowers for that one. The competition was A1. It wasn't a lot of blowouts. Games were good, competitive. A lot of competitive games. A lot of like similar level teams. And that was really good to see. My only thing is on that 17U side, if you want to run a shot clock, you got to have refs who are familiar with shot clock rules, and you got to use 3 refs. To my guy Matt Reynolds, who runs the whole Next Pro, you gotta have 3 referees if you're gonna do shot clock on them 17U games. You got to. It was shot clock violations that wasn't being called. Some referees talking about there is no such thing as You got to get the ball across the half court in 10 seconds, no more because of the shot clock. Um, Shot clock don't reset off of offensive rebound. Just a lot of things that I was just like, dang, okay. Um, we got to get guys who are knowledgeable of the game of basketball to officiate if we're using the shot clocks, and we got to use 3 officials on those games especially. You got to use 3. Um, but I tuned into the Omaha stop as well just to kind of look at teams. I got to see a couple familiar teams that I've seen, around, like Chapman basketball from out of Wisconsin. They played really well. They looked really good, as they did last year on the NYTLA. This year they're playing on the Next Pro. The 16U team is sponsored. 16U is Pro 16, but 17 and 15 is on the Next Pro because as a 15U program they won, and so that's how they got that and their 16s got it for this season. But even watching it, like good games, a lot of high competition, and so I can't wait until they everybody intermeshes with one another instead of it being regionally. The regional is good at first, but I want to see them teams from Wisconsin play those teams from Texas, the teams from Rhode Island and New York and California, all the teams who's on all those different sections and different sessions that they got rolling. I can't wait to see them kind of butt heads, some of their better teams versus some of our better teams from down here, man. So definitely it's a big shout out to the Houston teams who participating on the Next Pro, man. They definitely played really well this weekend. Houston Apex, 15-16U's FYN on the 15U level. GSA All-Stars on the 15U level as well. Invictus Black on the 15U level went undefeated. I think they're undefeated overall in Next Pro as well. Miles Select Black had a really good weekend also. Damon Miles and TJ Bell, they had a really good weekend. The Mile Academy had a really good weekend. They're undefeated as well on the Next Pro overall. Family played solid on the 17U side. Invictus Red Storm played good on 17s. GSA Elite on the 17s played well also. Am I missing anyone? The Mile Academy on 17s also had a big weekend for them. So definitely shouts out to all those teams who participated. Those are just a few of the Houston teams who were participating who had really good showings. FYN on 17s had a solid showing also. Who had good showings this weekend, man. Salute to you guys. I was in the building. I was there. I was present. I made sure that every program got to see my face at least one time. And then sometimes I was watching their games and they probably didn't know that I was watching because I watched more than one game of all those teams. They probably didn't even know I was watching because I was trying to kind of be in a cut, just to kind of watch and take my notes. Like I got a lot of numbers, not in this notepad but in my other one. I got a lot of numbers written down, like jersey numbers, and stuff. So once I find all those kids' information, I could definitely start putting 2 and 2 together. But like I said, that was a lot of 15 and 16U, a lot of faces that I don't really know yet. And so now that's me on my part, as I ask y'all always to be consistent. Now it's on me as a scout to become consistent and get familiar with those younger guys who maybe didn't play varsity basketball last year, and I didn't go to a lot of JV games like I normally do. And so yeah, it was just really good to see all those teams, and they played really well. So salute to all those teams. Then I also tapped into some of the circuit league games. Those games were really good also. Shout out to the teams who participated from here. Coos Elite participated on all levels. TJ Ford participated on all levels. As well, the Hoops 16Us played. Defenders played on all levels. Somebody else who I watch. I mean, I watched some Dallas teams too, but it was somebody else I watched. Dang, it's not good. It's been a day. And then I watched the May Hoops event. JL3 played really well. Houston Hoops 17s played okay. They kind of remind me a little bit of last year's group when they had like a rough start, slow start, and they end up qualifying for Peach Jam. Could possibly see the same thing again this year with that group on the 17U level. So we'll see. Seeing that they moved up Prince Jones Bynum, sophomore from Cinco Ranch High School, they moved him up to the 17 so he could play point. So salute to that kid. The two games that I seen, he played really solid. He did. He looked good out there. So definitely want to big them up, big everybody up who I got to watch play. How about I say got to watch participate? Got to watch play this weekend via a live stream or in person, man. So I'm always around, man. I'm either in the gym or I'm watching it. And so I take my notes. I get y'all records. I'm seeing who y'all playing against. I'm kind of following along, going back on old tournaments, seeing who those teams played against that y'all be losing to. And that's how we do our rankings. And the rankings have already been updated. They'll be posted on tomorrow when we do the show for the Shot Clock Invitational. Now getting into some other things, man. I don't know which direction I want to go first. I think I'm going to go with the first. Big shouts out to my guy, Hoop for Life, man. He had his first showcase event this past weekend, man. I seen that boys was in there having fun. They had a great time. Definitely shouts out to him for doing that, for those seniors, giving them a platform to come play. Big salutes to that, man. It looked like they was having fun, and that's what you like to see for the seniors, kind of as their farewell basketball, just out there having fun, dunk showcasing, and kind of like like an real all-star event, man. So definitely want to shout him out, man. Shout them out for doing that. Shout out to the Gulf Coast Blue Chips on Under Armour as well, man. Under Armour, I didn't watch, but I definitely followed along, as well as the 3SSB Gold Stop. I didn't watch, but I definitely followed along with the Houston Raptors, TJ4 Go, which is called Team 4, Houston Jumpers, and the Houston Hotshots, and Team Dominate on the 16U level. I definitely followed along, but the Blue Chips played really well this weekend. 15s went 2-2, 16s went undefeated, 4-0, and the 17s went 3-1. So that was a good weekend for them for the opening weekend on the Under Armour. Big shots at them. Peyton Jones had himself a big time weekend for the 16Us. I think he averaged like 26 points per game this weekend on the 16Us. I got to see a couple little video clips of him floating around out there, man. So big shout out to our guy Big Toe, Houston native. But he lives in the Missouri area, and so he definitely shot over to Kansas City to catch a lot of the action of the Under Armour event, man. So definitely want to shout him out as well. He watches the show. And so yeah, man, he kind of kept me abreast with what was going on through his videos. And so, man, I'm just excited for everything that's taking place, man. Boys out here hooping. Boys out here taking care of business. You can't ask for more. And I appreciate y'all for doing that, man, because I definitely was on y'all heads those first 2 weeks of Grassroots basketball. I was, and rightfully so. And y'all have corrected, and y'all out here playing the basketball that I know that you guys are capable of playing. And so I can't be more proud at this moment, man. But the work's not done. Do not get complacent within your game. Don't get stagnant. Keep working, keep building, keep getting better. And let's keep hooping, man. Let's keep getting after it. Clickbait. That's what I'm going to jump to first, man. All right. So with that being said, like I said, watch a lot of videos. It's easy to trick regular people. But for those of us who know, it's hard to trick us. And so we got to start with the clickbait. That's with the local video guys, as well as all the other video guys. All the other video guys don't really watch, but I know a lot of the local younger video guys do watch the show. we gotta stop saying best point guard in the country, best this, best that. Then when I watch the video, that's not. It's not the case. It's not the case, and I'm not trying to knock no one's hustle. Um, but we gotta. We just let's not put out bad dope. That's putting out bad dope because it's a lot of people who have the trained eye as well, um, who may be like, oh, let me go check. Not even a validation thing, but oh, let me go see what this is about. And within the first 10 to 15 seconds, 20 seconds of the video, turn it off. And now that kid got a big X written down by his name. So don't hurt. Let's not hurt the players by pumping them and tagging them as specific things that they aren't. That's the clickbait of it. It's to get the clicks, to get the views, to run up the numbers. I got that. I get it. I mean, but that's not a good tactic because yeah, you may run up your numbers, but they ain't numbers to get you paid. It's not those. You ain't running up those type of numbers. So you may be running up your numbers of your viewed and page activity, and all that, to kind of more spread within the algorithm of the game. But then but then hindsight, you are hurting the player. And so yeah. Herb, I just talked about how he hooped this weekend, man. Averaging 26 points per game this weekend, man. Peyton put on clinic. He put on the show this past weekend. Shout out to the Blue Chips, man. Did they thing this past weekend. But yeah, we got to stop with the clickbait. Yeah, Mr. Dudes, we got to 6'5" true point guard. Hey, we got to stop with that. We got to stop with the comparison of NBA players. We just got to stop. We do. We got to stop, man. We do, because you're hurting. You may be helping yourself, and maybe that's what your game is. And that's why I tell people all video guys ain't the same. And so yeah, you can go the cheaper route. I know I'm a little bit more on the expensive side of things when it comes to videographers, and I'm still not an expensive videographer. But to a lot of people, because all the younger guys are willing to do it for way cheaper. I'm not just putting anything out like that. And the stuff that I do put out is recruitable content. Even if I do add music to it, I still make sure it's recruitable content, and not just, I'm not trying to get numbers. I could do that all day. I wouldn't even I wouldn't even make myself available to half of Houston people, because I can get clips from the top kids. If I just really want to run numbers, I can get clips from them, and I can put it together and make a reel off of reels they already have, and do some real clickbait stuff and run some real big numbers. But that's not my goal. That's not my end game. And so not all videographers are made the same. I want to add that to it as well. Not everybody's made the same. Not everybody's respected the same. I tell y'all all the time, when y'all go on y'all recruiting visits, whenever a coach brings y'all in and they playing a video, it's usually got that boss or hard logo on there. And it may be something that was never even put out to the public. It's just something the coach hit me, hey, you got some film on so-and-so. Boom, I got lots of film. I just don't put everything out. But that comes with a product and a brand that I have created, to where they trust and know that I'm not trying to do something that's clickbaity. But we got to stop with the clickbaity stuff, because it hurts the kids in the long run when those kids are not them dudes. We're going to jump to the 90-10 rule. And what made me think of this. It's my old high school coach. Um, when I was watching games this weekend, just watching kids play without the basketball. Um, and in the summertime, it's a lot worse than it is during high school. Um, a lot worse. Some programs do a good job with motion sets in the half court. Um, Even if they're running a 1 4 high, 1 4 low with flex and all that, Iverson cuts, attacking from 45. Still got a lot of action going on the floor. Salute to those guys. Y'all know who y'all are. But for a lot of other teams, it's like watching ISO basketball. But 90% of basketball is played without the ball in your hand. Cutting, boxing out, defensive reads, being in the right spot defensively help midline, knowing how to hedge screens, knowing how to run the man off the 3-point line, knowing how to cut the man off when attacking baseline and step out of you take the step out of bounds to make them step out of bounds. On the offense side, like I said, cutting, setting screens, rolling, your movement. A lot of that can help because then when you get open and when the ball finds you, that's now become your 10% opportunity. But a lot of y'all aren't 10% guys. There's very few of who are 10% guys. And those are the dudes. Not all y'all are dudes. Those are dudes who you know for sure I can put the ball in this kid's hand and I'm going 9 times out of 10, he going to do something that's productive on the floor. It may not always be getting a bucket. He's going to get good paint touches. He's going to find open shooters. Or this is a guy who I know I could throw it to in the post. He's going to make the right moves. He's going to get to the foul line. He knows how to pass out the post. Those 10%ers, those dudes. I hate to use NBA guys in this reference, but like when Shaq was the dude. I throw the ball to Shaq, something positive is going to happen. LeBron is the dude. LeBron has the ball, something positive is going to happen. His win share is crazy. Michael Jordan was the dude. It's not a lot of dudes like that. We'll bring it on back to high school. AJ DeBensa on his team, the dude. The kid from Prolific Prep, Peterson, the dude. Certain kids, they have that, man. They do. The Boozer, the smaller Boozer twin. He's the guy. He's the machine. He makes it go. His brother is dominant, but he makes everything go. He's the machine. A lot of y'all ain't that, and that's okay. Be that 90% guy. Make the right cuts. Cut hard. Don't just cut to be cutting because this is the play the coach drew up, so I'm just cutting. This is the play coach drew up, so I'm gonna do a screen like I'm practicing against nobody. I'm not gonna fully ghost on my screen. I'm not gonna touch anybody. And if you do it to the best of your abilities, whatever it is, whatever coach is drawing up, whatever type of movement, what type of motion he got going on, you got to do it to the best of your abilities. If it calls for you to set a screen, you have to touch somebody. It's not a screen if you don't touch nobody. If you just go there and stand and you just do this without touching nobody, you didn't screen nobody. So you can't get mad if he don't pass you the basketball. You did nothing to create space for him to try to get open and make a move, or for you to create space for them to hedge and try to trap, and then you can roll and now you're open and then you can make the move. Or you can pick and you can pop and you can shoot the 3. Or you can go up to set the screen, and because you've been setting screens and you've been bumping people, now you can ghost that screen. You can ghost that screen and you can flare out and catch the ball and knock down your perimeter shot. Hey, man. What? Oh, man, hey, man, you messed me up with that. He retiring? Wow. Another one retiring. Hey man, Coach Sig, what a legacy to leave behind, man. Sheesh, big shoes to fill. Dang, what's going on, Mr. Johnson, man? Dang, man, that's tough, man. So Silsby head coach, I'm taking it he's retired. Mm. Hey man, salute though to Coach Sig, man. What a remarkable career, man. A legacy. Big shoes to fill. Whoever is coming and stepping in. Big shoes to fill. Definitely. Um, Dang, big shoes to fill. But a lot of y'all are the 90% basketball players. And once again, it's nothing wrong with being in the 90%. A lot of 90% kids get recruited. You don't always have to have the basketball in your hands to make an impact on the floor. Come on, mental. You gotta have a mental aspect of the game and fundamentals. You gotta have those things. You and let me phrase this before I move on. You can be mm, you can be that 10% guy in high school, and when you go to college, you're gonna turn into that 90% guy. It's what it is. You could be that 10% guy on your high school team, but then on your grassroots team, your AAU team, you become that 90% guy because there's somebody way better than you on that team that the coach know that he can trust, know that he can go through him, know that he can run things through him. That doesn't mean you're not an integral piece of the team. You're just not that 10% guy on this team. It's hard to be a master if you don't understand roles. And I'll leave that one at that. Um, I'll leave that one at that. Um, so clickbait with the 90-10. Let's do the small recipe, man. This is the small recipe. I was having a conversation with some guys, and we just was kind of reflecting on things that we did, and then, um, things that kids do today. And then he said that he made his son kind of start doing the things that we did. These some guys from back home. We call it small recipe. Doing some things that he did, or that we did. And he has seen his son. He started him as a seventh grader. He's now a sophomore. But the growth that he's seen compared to kind of the old school way of things versus the new school way of things, where there's a kid that's on that same AU team who just chose to do the new school way of things. And even he said, even like during the high school season, he would say the kid who was doing more so the new school kind of things, they was on the same exact team, had a bigger role, but he also kind of was the better player. But this is only for them. This is only their third weekend of grassroots, because in other states they start later than we do in Texas. But on the flip side, he don't coach. He don't coach them no more. He don't coach the kids. They're on the 16U team. His son is the way better player, and they're on the exact same team, but he's the way better player, and is already starting to pick up a lot of steam and interest, and they both play on the UAA for Illinois Wolves. And so the small recipe, this is what a lot of kids today, this is the only thing that they want to do from the small recipe. And we've had kids on here, we ask them all the time, what do you prefer, this or that Rob C does. They always prefer individual workouts. And he said, so that's the thing that the one kid, he just want to work out. That's it. That's all he wants to do. He just wants to do individual workouts. But what he did with his son, he did the individual workouts, structured play, and then unstructured play. He let him do more unstructured playing than the individual workouts in the structured play. And so with the individual workouts, they're good because that is the importance that you're able to add tools in your as a player development, as you're developing your game, to add tools. Not to go out there and try to do something that you possibly would never do in the game. No, I'm not talking about the guy, your super trainers who got you out here doing all these crazy moves and you can't do in the game. But when you're adding different things to your game, adding these different tools to your tool bag, you're adding it from the structured. The individual workout means nothing if you don't have no type of structured play. See, all this goes hand in hand because the structured plays allows for you to develop those small skills that you've been working on because structured play is in the game. Structured play is your high school game. Structured play is with some of the grassroots team because a lot of these grassroots teams don't really have no half-court sets. It just go get it. Go get after it. Go get a bucket. And so the structure plays allows for you to develop those small skills and then also show you what you need to develop. That's what structure allows you to go back to your individual work. They go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. It's pointless of doing individual workouts, player development, if you're not working on the things from the structured game to help you become a better player within the structured environment. If you're not trying to become a better player in a structured environment and you just want to be a guy who knows how to do a bunch of tween and hezzy cross and all this step backs and all, if that's what you want to, it's lots of guys who could do that against a ghost, against the air, who looks like they are training gods, for lack of better words. But that same kid who does really well whenever it's time to do individual workouts or like even workouts as a team, you see them in tryouts. They be looking good through all the drills, all the skill thing. But then they get into a structured environment, they're a no-show. A no-show. But if you're not using those things to add, and then you go back to the structured environment, and then you're not able to develop those things or see those things you need to work on that you need to take to the individual workout to work on, then it's pointless. So those go hand in hand. And then the third thing of the small recipe, which is the biggest, is the unstructured gameplay. And so that's playing against older. Y'all gotta start doing this. You gotta start going to open gyms, playing against older grown men. Get beat up on. Guys who's faster, who's stronger, who's smarter at basketball. I know y'all ain't gonna go to no parks. So if you want to go to the park, go to the park. Get you a good run in. Go to a open gym where you know it's gonna be some really good grown men. It's gonna be a lot of college runs coming up here. Try to get in the college run. You have to. You have to get in these unstructured environments. That's how you develop your feel and you develop instincts for the game of basketball. You're playing against guys who are bigger, stronger, smarter, and they're beating up on you, and you're getting beat every play. That's the way that you're going to develop your feel for the game. That's how you're going to develop the instincts. You're going to be able to read things a lot better. Because the more and more that you do that, like he said, he was 4 or 5 times throughout the week. They only did individual workouts twice a week. and then your structure play. But he said 4 to 5 times throughout the week. And then he said multiple games is unstructured, like him just taking him to the park, him taking him to open gym. Like he would call next, but he putting his son out just picking up 4 random dudes who are around and then throw his son on the team. Let him get beat up on. Let him get beat on plays. Let the other guys on the team like, hey man, you gotta do this. You gotta move like this. You gotta be here. You gotta. Hey, that's how you learn. That's how you develop your feeling, your instinct, and then you take all that and go back to the structured play, and the game slows down. It slows down for you. Then you go back to your individual workout and work on those things. Then you come back to the structured game. And then it's slowed down. And now you're like, oh, man, that thing I've been working on this. I'm a master at that now on here because I can read it better. Why? Because of the instinct that I developed, the feel that I developed playing with the older guys who were bigger, faster, and stronger than me. I know I'm talking Chinese to a lot of these. Not just the kids, Coach Armand, to some of these parents too. These are things that worked for us. And there's even a clip, I'm going to find it and I'm going to post it, of, I know Kevin Durant did the interview. He kind of talked about the same kind of different thing, but not necessarily to the T that I'm saying. But he talked about his first 4 or 5 years coming from UT and the NBA, like UT to the NBA, that 4 or 5 year stretch where he said he would work out and then he'll go play pickup ball during the off season, or on an off day, he'll go play pickup ball just all day long to develop, to get a better feel and instinct. Even though he was already good as a freshman in college, he was good. As a rookie in the NBA, he was good. First, second year in the league, good. Third year in the league, he was good, but he still was doing these things because he knew that this is what worked, this is what got him here, and he knew it was going to make him better. He said it made him a better shooter. It made him be able to read defenders better because you get a lot of different matchups in these things. Sometimes it could be a little grown man guard who's 5'10", 5'9", but he's swole and he's fast and he's strong. You may not see that again. And so he's sitting, pause on everything. You're not able to go nowhere. You're not able to make no type of moves. He's bumping you every single time, touching you every single time. Letting you know, hey, I'm here. You're not getting a bucket. You're not going to be able to dribble the basketball. And when I get the basketball, I'm going to back you down. Or sometimes you may get stuck and you got to guard somebody bigger than you. All this is going to make you better, man. That's it. It's going to make you a better player. Herb. Yeah, Illinois Wolves. They run a good program. They do. They run a good program. They do. Yeah, Marco, man. I watched one of y'all games, man. Marco. I watched it on the stream. Y'all, hey, man. Y'all versus the defenders. Yeah. Yep. Don't worry. Come back tomorrow, Marco. Man, you'll see the bump. You're going to see a bump in the rankings, man. Come back tomorrow. But yeah, man, that's what we call a small recipe. So it all goes together. Your individual workouts goes to your structure play. Unstructured play goes with structure and individual workouts. You need it all three. Parents, don't be scared to let your kids go out there and get beat up on by some grown men. It's gonna make them a better player. Trust me. Could you? Herb on here, man. Herb was a menace that I heard. I didn't get to see in person. I wasn't here at the time. But if some of y'all went into an open gym and played with Herb, you was gonna get beat up on, dunked on. He was gonna let you feel the presence. Talk about you, everything. But it would have made you a better player. I'm telling y'all. And that leads right to my last topic, man. Had this conversation in the gym this weekend, and parents still they're not getting it, they're not understanding it, and I don't know how to make them understand it. And I can't, but I just want to talk about it anyway. The high school player, you are going against JUCO players, Division II players, Division III players. I repeat, high school kids, you are going against JUCO kids, D2 kids, D3 kids. That is your recruiting competition. So if you're not considered the upper echelon player that a lot of your parents think you are and you're not, that is not who you are. And that's okay. It's just not you. It's just not your time. Like I said, this is a tortoise race. It's not a hare race. It's just not your time yet. Stop getting upset. Stop saying that you're better. If one of these D3s, JUCOs, NAIAs, I forgot to throw them in there, is offering you out of high school, you better not bat too eyes. You better take it. That's just a part of your tortoise race. And if you take care of business, you develop, you get better, you get smarter, you're older, they can trust you more because you've been away from home. You've lived a college / young adult life for 2 years. You produce a little bit. Now I'm gonna take the chance on you. You can average 8, 9 points, 9 points, 7 rebounds, 1.5 blocks, 1.5 steals as a JUCO player, and I'm gonna recruit you over the high school kid who's averaging 18, 19 points per game. Same thing, D2, D3. University of St. Thomas, Division III school. This is back to back years now that they have lost a kid who was at their school, got the transfer portal and went D1. 2 years in a row. So that means that they recruit really well. I know a couple kids who played NAIA basketball this last year. One's going to be on a D1 roster, has 2 D1 offers right now in the transfer portal. The other one just committed to a D2. Tortoise race. We could talk about JUCO. My guy Angelina. He went to Summer Creek High School. Why is everybody's names is escaping me right now? But he went to Summer Creek High School. He went to Angelina, had a phenomenal year this year. He got offers out the wazoos right now. He didn't have those offers coming out of high school, but he got them now. Why? Tortoise race. Yeah, JJ Montgomery's the coach. I'm trying to think of the kid's name, and I can't even think of his name for nothing. Tortoise race, man. Tortoise race. And a lot of y'all, when y'all leave high school, some of y'all gonna hit growth spurts. Mr. Dooley is a witness. Because he popped up, I'm using as an example. He's a witness to that. I'm talking about a relative of his. Like this happens all the time. Trust the process that your grassroots coaches are putting you through. Trust the process that your high school coaches are putting you through. And if you are fortunate enough to land a JUCO, an AIA, or a D3 out of high school, even a D2, you better take it. Yep, Sean Elkington, another one.
Crosby High School. Another one went D2. Now he D1. Jamil, who was at Cy Ridge, went JUCO. Now he D1. Tortoise race. It's not your time right now. But you got to keep running the race. You got to keep getting better. And that's it, man. That's what I got for you. Y'all got to start being more realistic as parents. And we say this every single time. Just because you play on the same team, you play against somebody, you may even had a better game than them. And because they have D1 offers, that doesn't make your kid a D1 player. I played against Andre Iguodala. That don't make me a D1 player. I played against him a lot of times. I played against him in my grandfather's backyard even. Not just school ball. Like, played against him at Parks. Played against Sean Livingston. He went straight pro out of high school. That don't mean I was a better. I mean, I'm on the same. I was equivalent. Brian Cook. Played against Brian Cook. 6'10". Eddie Curry. That don't mean I'm equivalent to none of them. That don't mean most of my teammates was equivalent to any of them. Just because we played against them, even beat them. That don't mean we weren't better. We're better as a team, but not individually. I don't know, man. Another one. Holyfield, 6'5", leaving high school. He's 6'10" right now. Grew 5 inches. Listen, man. Keep getting better. Keep working. Keep grinding. Go playing some unstructured games. I'm telling you, go get that grown man bump. Not just one time. Don't be crying either. Can't be no. If you're gonna cry from the ground man bump, you are definitely not ready for no type of college basketball. None whatsoever. Go get some of that grown man bump. Get better at the game of basketball. That's all it's gonna either make you or break you. It's gonna make you better, or you're gonna come out worse. Jalen Johnson, another one from Summer Creek. Trust the process. Hey, what is my guy? Kyle Morgan. Couldn't even think of his name. There you go. Kyle Morgan, Summer Creek, Angelina. Who? D1 offers out the Wazoos right now. That's how it goes sometimes, man. You just got to trust the process. You got to run your race. That's it, man. That's all I got, man. Gave y'all almost a whole hour, man. 58 minutes. Title of the show, man. Before I leave, I wanna hit on this before I leave too, from the title of the show. That's right, man. That's right there, Mr. Dudes. They gotta stop trying to be a YN. Be a gym rat. Title of the show is The Grass Ain't Greener. And I had I accidentally deleted it, but I had the Chris Brown song that I was gonna play. Episode 199. Grass ain't green on the other side. A lot of y'all keep moving team to team to team to team, and guess what? Nothing is changing. And so the issue ain't the team. Let's be real. Let's be real here. The issue is not the team. It's not. And the problem, the solution, rather, is not for you to go create a team with your dad. That's not the solution. The solution is go play some unstructured games. And if you're not ready for that, okay, it's cool. There's other things that you can do to get into college, because that's the whole end goal. The end goal is to be able to go to college, to potentially graduate either debt free or with as minimum debt as possible. And if you are fortunate enough to go play Division I basketball, get paid. That should be the goal. The goal should be to graduate though with a degree. That should be the goal. Because everybody's not going pro. But if you can get a degree out of the situation and graduate debt free or with as minimum debt as possible, you have a nice early start on your young adulthood life. That should be the end goal. The grass is not always green on the other side. It's not. That goes with your high school teams too. Because it always seems like wherever you go, it's always a problem. Man, Michael Jackson said, "I'm looking at the man in the mirror." Just look at yourself and make the change. That's it, D. Jones, man. They don't want to be uncomfortable, man. They don't. And I get it. It doesn't feel good when things is uncomfortable. It don't. It don't feel good, but that's when the molding happens. That's when the molding happens. I could go a whole nother round with that. But yeah, man. Man, D Jones, you want it, man. Yes. That's that molding. Adversity. But yeah, man, episode 200 next week. That's big, man. 200. Like I said, we do this once a week. The Shot Clock Show, once a week. This year we did a couple of times, like when it got close to the playoffs. And I think 1 or 2 weeks during the playoffs, we did do a Sunday and a Wednesday show. But all the other times, it's just been once a week. Once a week. And so to do, some people get to this number quicker because they do 4 or 5 shows a week, 3 shows a week. But we do this once a week. This just shows you the longevity, how long the show has been around since December of 2020 is when we started it. During the Christmas break, matter of fact, is when we shot the very first show, Shot Clock. Shot 30 Clock was that Christmas break of 2020, going into the new year of 2021. Like fresh out of COVID, pretty much. And so we on episode number 200 coming up next week. That should be a fun one. I'm going to try to get a lot of people on here, a lot of guests. Some of y'all been like Mr. Dudes from the beginning. Been here from day one. My guy Eric Baker been here from day one. I know for sure. Coach Armont, day one. Coach Stewart was one of our very first guests that we had on here. As well, man. A lot of y'all been here for a long time, man. Would definitely love for y'all to just hop on for about a good 5-10 minutes. I'm gonna send out links to those, man, who do. Make sure y'all give me a follow at GD Hoop Scout on Twitter and IG. Also on at Ball So Hard SS on Twitter and IG as well. If you're not on there, make sure you give me a follow. So I could definitely know, because some of y'all don't know y'all real names. Like my guy, I don't know his real name, but I would love to get him on too. Get him on the show for a little bit. But y'all make sure y'all give me a follow. Just follow the Ball So Hard at SS. Doug would know why I'm laughing, and if the other guys on the show, they would too. Make sure you follow the Boss Hard SS on IG and on Twitter. And shoot me a message, man. Would like to get y'all on. Like to pick y'all brain. and appreciate y'all, man, for rocking with us for 200 episodes, man. So next week, if the Lord says the same, we here. It's gonna be grand tomorrow. For my grassroots coaches, and if you ain't got nothing else to do, make sure you tap in tomorrow, man. 6:30 p.m. We're gonna get it cracking. The Shot Clock Invitational Show. We got some movement that took place in the updated rankings for grassroots. So we're gonna see some movement that's gonna go on. I got a lot of phone calls last week, and I was expecting that, as always, because this is an event a lot of teams want to play in this event, and they want to be recognized as one of the top teams, and for some as a top program. Because like one coach told me when he called me last week, he's like, man, I used this last year as a recruiting tool to show that, look, man, we the top so-and-so in the city. And I was like, okay, but y'all got to produce, though. Hey, I don't care how you use it. You got to go out and get wins and win meaningful games and not just be beating the Circle K All-Stars. All these elite, Walmart superstars and HEB prospects and all these other teams, man. You got to get something done and something shaking against more notable competition. But yeah, until the next time, man, y'all be safe, man, out there. Y'all be okay. To all of my high school, middle school, elementary school students who is state examination for these last week, this week, and next week. So that's the STAR test. STAR testing is going on, man. Just make sure y'all lock in. I know it's state assessment. Just try to gauge to see if been teaching and what y'all been learning. And then they throw a lot of dummy questions in there that you haven't even learned yet, just to kind of see. But y'all make sure y'all locked in, man, for y'all state testing, man. To the adults, make sure you pay it forward to somebody. Don't always have to be financially. You just never know who's going through what. Kind words can go a long way sometimes. Holding a door open for somebody could just brighten up their day, man. You just never know. Be careful with your compliments, though. Definitely do want to say that. Don't want nobody to be having no type of sexual harassment charges at their workplace, and they talking about, man, I was trying to pay it forward, and I ain't got no. Hey, I don't have a job to give you. So be careful on that end, man. But until the next time.